All right, is our one interpreter?
No.
Let's get this on. So figure.
Yeah.
All right, so we got.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Alan Figueroa, State Certified Spanish Court Interpreter.
All right, good morning, Mr. Figueroa. This is Judge Bain down here in the BRC, and I have a couple of defendants that need your assistance this morning. Have you already been sworn in?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the defendant has his headsets on. Sir, can you tell me your name?
Rolando.
Rolando.
I need your full name.
Rolando Sosa.
Rolando Sosa.
Mr. Sosa, you are here in 2021 CF 1611AO on 3 charges. The first charge is aggravated battery on a pregnant person, domestic violence. Second charge is tampering with a witness to hinder communication. The third charge is criminal mischief of more than $200 but less than $1,000. The court reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I found probable cause for the charges in this case. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to set your bond as to count 1 in the amount of $2,000. Your bond as to count, bond to count 1 is $2,000. Bond to count 2 is $500. Bond as to count 3 is $500. I'm making you a condition of your pretrial release that you, with pretrial release supervision, that you have no contact with the victim, that you maintain a separate residence from the victim, that you do not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You do not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol while you're out on release. That's in the weapons?
Yep.
All right, sir. Thank you. Have a great day.
That's plus PPR?
Yes, ma'am. I can see Mr. Figueroa now. See, they got that fixed.
All right. We haven't had that in a long time.
That's what I said. So you got that fixed. So that's wonderful.
Hi.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Rosalind Lopez.
Rosalind Lopez.
All right, Ms. Lopez, you are here in 2021 MM924AO on charge of battery dating violence. The court did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. I'm going to set your bond in an amount of PTR. It says see additional notes for why she doesn't qualify, but I'm trying to.
She could qualify, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, man. I'm gonna set your bond amount of $250. That's gonna be with pretrial release supervision. That you have no contact with the victim in this case. That you maintain a separate residence from the victim. That you not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And do not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol while you're on pretrial release in this case. Have a great day, man. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Jose Luis Jimenez.
Jose Luis Jimenez.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Jimenez, you are here in 2021 CT 1091 for a charge of no valid driver's license. You're also here in 2021 CT 1092 for a charge of driving under the influence. The court has reviewed both of those charging affidavits and found probable cause for your arrest. I want to stay your bonds as set in this case. I think the amount of $500 and $500 each. It seems that you have a hold from Immigration and Customs Enforcement that you have to resolve before being released from the Orange County Jail. I'll appoint a public defender to represent you while you're in our custody. Have a great day, sir. Hello, sir. Tell me your name.
Sebastián Temac.
Tell me your name. You're gonna speak up louder.
Sebastián Temac.
Sebastian Temac.
Mr. Tamaki, you are here in 2004 CT 774AO on a failure to appear warrant. The judge signing your warrant sets your bond amount of $7,500. But I want to ask Ms. Kennedy Swanson if she has an offer to resolve Mr. Tamak's case.
So withhold credit for time served.
Seems to have prior no valid driver's licenses, so the court's not going to withhold adjudication of guilt. If you want to resolve your case today based on the state's offer, I'll offer you an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, if that's what you want to do today.
Si acepto, quedo libre. ¿O cómo?
And if I accept, am I free to go?
Yes, sir.
¿Qué es lo que tengo que pagar? ¿Cuánto digo?
Do I have to pay anything?
You're going to have to pay the court costs in this case in the amount of $306 and cost of prosecution.
Your Honor, I would ask if he's a U.S. citizen before
Well-
accepting the offer.
He has a detainer for home confinement, it says on my paperwork, so.
But that was from the warrant.
No soy
I was-
ciudadano.
Oh, so,
I'm not a citizen.
well.
We will
ask me
recommend that you speak with the immigration attorney before accepting the state's offer.
All right.
He took an offer yesterday.
He did?
He did.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I did, actually. It's his choice, but I would advise he speak with the immigration attorney. But if he would like, he can resolve the case today.
Okay. Si quiere, voy a hablar con el juez de migración. Sí, acepto de hablar con la juez de migración.
Yes, I'll speak with an immigration attorney.
All right. Then I'll stay your bonds in the amount of $7,500.
And Your Honor, are you going
And-
to strike the home
Yeah,
confinement?
we don't have home confinement, so I'll strike that from the bond. And have a great day, sir.
Okay.
That's it with the interpreter, Your Honor.
Say it again? That's the last interpretation. Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Figueroa. Have a great day. It's good to see you.
Not a problem, Your Honor. You as well. Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. How are you? Give me I had one more. I had, yeah.
Now let's keep on.
All right. I was a little confused. All right. All right, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Yes, Your Honor, it's James Michael Gillum.
All right, Mr. Gillum, you are here today in 2021 MM 890AO on charge of trespassing and occupied structure. I reviewed your charging affidavit yesterday. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, is there an offer for Mr. Gillum to resolve his case today?
Adjudication credit for time served at 3 days, no return.
Okay. Mr. Gillum, would you like to accept that offer from the state of Florida?
Yes, Your Honor, sir.
If you can raise your right hand and be sworn in. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Put your hand down. Sir, you're here in 2021 MM 890AL on a charge of trespassing and occupied structure. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve the case in front of me today?
Plead, no contest.
All right. You understand by accepting a plea of no contest, you're going to be waiving certain constitutional rights.
Yeah, it's still only 3 days, ain't it?
Yeah, that's fine.
All
But
right,
you're-
sir. Yes, Your Honor.
you get to waive some rights to enter that plea of no contest. You understand?
Yes, sir.
One of those rights is give the right to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yeah,
You understand you give the right for the court to appoint an attorney to represent you at that trial.
yeah.
At that trial, your attorney can challenge the state's evidence and can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Your Honor, I don't have to go to trial, do I?
Nope. I'm just
All
telling
right.
you. I'm telling you about all your rights that
All
you
right,
have.
sir.
If you wanted to call a witness to the court for your trial and that witness did not want to appear, the court can use the subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're waiving your right to remain silent to these charges.
Yes, sir.
You understand you're waiving the right for you to appeal any errors in this case, except the court's jurisdiction over you and the sentence I'm going to impose.
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, I drink a little bit. I'm not right now. I do out on the streets.
All right. Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
Yes, I currently get an SSI check right now because, I got mental problems with my folks.
All right.
And, they
Well,
give me
are
a
you
check.
suffering? Well, are you suffering from any of the symptoms of your mental health issues right now?
No, I'm just bipolarness and stuff like that, depression, post-traumatic stress down syndrome, but I'm all right, though.
Okay. So are you okay this morning? You feeling okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, entering this plea could subject you to deportation.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I accept your plea of no contest in this case. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I will impose the $273 in court costs and cost of prosecution in this case. I'll give you credit for the 3 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 3 days credit time served. I'll reduce those costs of judgment. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing, sir. Have a great day. All right, sir, can you tell me your name?
Saúl Rivera Muñoz.
All right, Mr. Rivera Moniz, you are here in 2020 CF 11506 AO on a charge of violation of a pretrial release condition on a domestic violence case. The judge issuing the capage for your case set your bond in the amount of $0. I will state that bond in that amount. I will appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. That will get you on to that judge so you can talk to him about your bond conditions. Have a great day, sir. Can you tell me your name, sir?
David Smalls.
Mr. Smalls, you are here in 2021 CF 1476 AO on 3 charges. First is kidnapping, dating violence. The second is battery by strangulation, dating violence. The third is battery, dating violence. The court did review the charging affidavit and did find probable cause for all 3 of those charges. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, what do you say as to the kidnapping charge?
We believe the defendant should continue to be held at no bond on kidnapping as a PBL.
I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you, Mr. Smalls. Ms. George, do you have an argument as to what Ms. Kennedy Swanson is requesting?
No, Your Honor. We have no argument and reserve the right to have an Arthur hearing in the trial division.
All right, based on that, the court is going to stay your bonds as to count 1 in the amount of $0. I want to set bond as to count 2 in the amount of $25,000. and bonds to count 3 in the amount of $10,000. You are out on 2020 CF 2868 AO on a charge of aggravated battery. The court is going to revoke that bond. I'm going to set new bonds at 0.
I'm sorry,
Condition-
I'm sorry, what was count 2?
Criminal mischief, I think, was in the, it was for the 2021 case?
Yes.
All right, let me finish the 2020 case. I kind of jumped ahead a little bit. In 2020 case, the court's going to revoke that bond, set new bonds at 0 on all those counts. I'm going to jump back to the 2021 case. Clarify it was $25,000 as the count 2, and $5,000 as the count. Sorry, $10,000 as the count 3. The conditions of those bonds, Mr. Smalls, you have to have no contact with the victim, even from the jail. If you violate my orders, you're going to probably end up in solitary confinement. You're going to have a new charge, and you're going to be hanging out by yourself because you're not going to be able to communicate with anybody. You understand that? We understand each other? All right, so you've seen that didn't work before, so we'll make sure we understand. You're supposed to have no contact with the victim.
When did I have contact with the victim?
Well, you're out on, it's the same victim, if I remember looking that up, right? No, different victim?
Yeah, this is.
Okay, I just want to make sure. All right, no contact with the victim, even from the jail, all right? In either one of your cases, either victim. All right? This in 2021 CF 1476AO is possession of weapons of firearms. Any weapons of firearms he has, he will turn over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. He's to maintain a separate residence. Well, there's no return, because I don't think they even lived with you lately. Will not return to the victim's residence or place of employment. You have any questions about the no contact order in that case? All right. Can you tell me your name, sir? Mr. Wilshire, you are here in 2021 CF 1592AO for a charge of driving while license revoked as a habitual traffic offender. And you're also here in 2021 MM936AO on a charge of battery domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit in these cases and found probable cause for both cases. I do have a witness in the witness booth. Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Latia Willard.
You got to speak up.
Latia Willard.
So you got to speak up. I guess you got to yell almost.
Latia Willard.
All right. Ms. Willie, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right. Can you tell me how you know Mr. Wilshire?
We been together for 11 years. We have 6 kids.
Okay. And are you afraid of him?
No.
Do you want him to return to the residence?
Yes.
Has anything like this happened in the past?
Yes, but not like this.
All right. Would this because would you qualify this as an escalation of?
Said I can't. I'm sorry.
Would you qualify this as an escalation of his behavior?
Well, it never happened like this before.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think drugs or alcohol played a role in the incident?
No.
Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have any questions for this witness?
If something happened in the future, would you feel comfortable in calling the police or 911? If something happened in the future, would you call the police or 911?
911.
No further questions.
Ms. George, do you have any questions for this witness?
I do not, Your Honor. However, we did have a PC challenge for battery.
All right.
In this case, Your Honor, we're
I
arguing.
want to point the public defender to represent him. So go ahead.
In this case, Your Honor, we're arguing that there is no PC for the battery. In this case, we have the alleged victim stating that the defendant did hit her. However, if we look at the 4 corners of the arrest affidavit, the officer did speak with another female who stated that she was the one that hit the victim, and also that when he went back to speak with the alleged victim, that her statements were inconsistent with the initial statements she had made previously. So in this case, we're arguing that my client did not hit the victim, that it was an unknown female, to which is not named in the affidavit, who admitted to battering the victim.
Okay. Well, that's arguments for a trial, sounds that way. For probable cause, this is a very low standard. Even if the evidence is inconsistent, does not break that at this point. So the court is going to find probable cause for the charge of battery, domestic violence. I'm going to stay your bonds as to the felony count, the amount of $2,500. I'm going to, as to the the battery charge, domestic violence, the court is going to set your bond amount of $250. That's going to be with pretrial release supervision. You have no hostile contact with the victim. You are to not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, you asking for any other conditions?
No, Your Honor, what was the bond amount?
It was $2,500 as to the felony count, and then $250 as to the misdemeanor count.
Thank you.
Are both cases going to be supervised by pretrial?
What's easier for you?
Okay.
Both cases? Then both cases will be charged. Same conditions.
So that means like probation.
Say again?
So that means that's like probation.
Similar. You're gonna have a pretrial release officer. You like want to, monitor what's going on with you and with your relationship with your wife. But no hostile contact means no hostile contact.
Yes, sir.
It means no arguing, no fighting, nothing
sir.
physical.
Yes, sir.
If the police are called because the neighbors hear you guys going at it, you don't go to jail.
Yes, sir.
So if you can avoid that, you guys can live at peace with each other, then you won't have any problems while the case is
Sure.
going on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Everybody understand that?
Yes.
All right, have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, sir, tell me your name.
Barry Bush, sir.
Mr. Bush, you are here in 2021, MM 8280. There you go. On charge of battery, domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. Well, I said the judge signed your warrant, found probable cause for your arrest. The court is going to set your bond. An amount of $1,000. Condition of your bonds that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You do not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are not to possess or consume any drugs or alcohol while you're out on pretrial release. Oh no, sorry, out on release. I'm sorry. I keep saying pretrial. While you're out on release, you're not going to be on pretrial release.
I have a question.
Well, stop. I haven't got to that part yet.
Sorry, sir.
So I want you to maintain a separate residence from the victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at their residence. Does that address your concern?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll appoint a public defender to represent you. Have a great day, sir. All right, can you tell me your name, sir? All right, Mr. Cotton, you are here in 2021 MM 945AO for a charge of violation of a domestic violence injunction. The court did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond as to that matter in an amount of $10,000. Addition of the bonds, you had no contact with the victim. That includes third-party contact. What's his bond conditions as to the 2020 felony case? I didn't have time to look it up.
Your Honor, he said he's represented by private counsel and he was supposed to be here today.
Anybody got notice up here from the new case? You have in your old case, you have private counsel. That's correct. I saw that, but it's this current case. This is a new case. So
He said Alexander Pearson told him about the here.
I had a pre-trial today. I have no idea about it.
all right.
Wow.
Well,
Oh, this
hold on, let's
is
get some
different. This is a
information from Ms.
different
Davis first.
The only condition it stated was just no contact with the victim.
What's his bonds as to the felony case that he's here on? He has a 2020 CF 13646 AO case.
Yeah, that bond was $5,000 for aggravated stalking.
Right.
And it stayed at no bond on violation of pretrial condition on domestic violence case.
All right. Well, as to that case, this is a probable cause that a new law offense is being alleged while he is either in custody or out of custody, while the court's going to revoke that bonds, all his bonds in those cases, and the 2020 case, CF 13646 AO, and 2020 MM 7348 AO, and set new bonds at none. Still same conditions, no contact with the victim. All right. Have a great day, sir. You can talk to Mr. Pearson about the other case if you want him to represent you on this case. I don't have any paperwork for him on the new case.
I'm not saying, I'm just trying to find out when it's done, like, is the jail phone, like.
Yes. Do not contact the victim from the jail. Do not contact the victim from anywhere in the world. Do not contact the victim, period. Zero. None.
I never did, that's what I'm
I
trying to.
don't know if you did. The allegations that you did. It looked like, or somebody did it on your behalf. So I don't know if you were speaking to somebody else that decided they're going to do that on your behalf, but you should tell them not to.
Yeah, we're trying to find out no one did.
Yeah. So talk to Mr. Pearson and have a great day, sir.
You calling the PD on this case, right?
Yeah, on the new case. All right. Can you tell me your name, ma'am?
Megan Gaston.
All right, Ms. Gaston. Can I get Mr. McCall in here too? All right, sir, tell me your name.
Sterling McCall.
All right. Ms. Gaston, you are here in 2021. Ms. Gaston, you are here in 2021 MM 917AO on charge of battery, dating violence. The court did find probable cause after review of the affidavit in that case. And Mr. McCall, you are here in 2021 MM 918AO on charge of battery, dating violence. The court did review the charging affidavit in that case and did find probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Gaston, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Ms. Gaston, how do you know Mr. McCall?
My boyfriend.
All right. And are you afraid of your boyfriend?
No.
Do you want to have contact with your boyfriend?
Yes.
Based on the affidavit, seems like this wasn't the first incident, is that correct?
We've argued, but there hasn't been physical.
All right. And it seemed that alcohol played a role in the incident, correct?
Yes.
All right. Mr. McCall, could you raise your right hand this morning? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Put your hand down, sir. Can you tell me how you know Miss Gaston?
We're together,
All right.
dating.
And are you afraid of her?
No. No.
All right. You want to have contact with her?
Yes.
All right. All right. So I want to do this. And Miss Kennedy Swanson, you have any questions for either Miss Gaston? I'm sorry, Miss Gaston or Mr. McCall?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. George.
No, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to set both your bonds at the same amount of $250. I'm going to place you both on pretrial release. Supervision. Making a condition of both your pretrial release supervision that you guys have no hostile contact with each other. So that means that you guys disagree, but y'all seem to have a problem communicating. So you may want to find a different way to do that. Because if the police are called, guess what's going to happen? Both of you are going to go to jail. Addition of your bonds that you that consume or possess any drugs or alcohol. In your pretrial release, I'm sorry. And you will be subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expenses. And that the alcohol testing will start immediately. I'll give a 30-day grace period as to any narcotics testing. Does everybody understand what's going to happen? What's happening here?
Yes, sir.
You guys gonna have to find a way to live in peace with each other. Otherwise, you're gonna hang out hang out with us here in Orange County Jail. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a great day.
Chaz Horn is in the hospital.
All right. All right. Chaz Horn. Mr. Horn is supposed to be here in 2021 MM946AO on charges of violation of a domestic violence injunction, 2 counts, and criminal mischief, and battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Horn. Ms. George, you want to waive his appearance?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll waive.
The court did review the charging affidavit in this case. The court is going to find there was probable cause for his arrest. I'm going to set bond in count 1, an amount of $10,000, count 2, $10,000, $500 as to count 3, and $1,000 as to count 4. Addition of those bonds, he had no contact with the victim, possessed no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms he has, any deterred with law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. He was out on bond in 2020 CF 9125AO and also in 2020 CF 7083AO. The court is going to revoke those bonds. I'm going to set new bonds at 0 with the same conditions, no contact with the victims in those cases. Maintain separate residence as well, condition of all his bonds. He has no weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms he has need to turn over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. And he possessed no drugs or alcohol while on release. Sorry, both bonds. All the same conditions, no contact, maintain separate residence, no return, never no return, all the good stuff. All right, sir, can you tell me your name?
Jordan Ivory.
Mr. Ivory, you are here in 2021 MM911AO on a charge of battery dating violence. court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, it did find probable cause for your arrest. We're going to set your bond in the amount of $250. In this case, with pretrial release supervision, that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You maintain a separate residence from the victim. Anything you have at her house, you can go over there one time with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items. That you possess no weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release.
Plus PTR or just
Have a good day, sir.
Was there a pretrial release on that, Your Honor, or
Yes,
just?
It's $250 bond with pretrial release. Oh, sir, tell me your name.
Lamar Jarvis.
Mr. Jarvis, you are here in 2021 MM 910AL on 2 charges. One's battery, domestic violence, and the other is assault, domestic violence. Court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest as to those charges. The court is going to set your bond as to count 1 in the amount of $500. Bond as to count 2 in the amount of $500. With pretrial release supervision, that you have no contact with the victim. You are to maintain a separate residence from the victim. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You are to possess no drugs or alcohol in this case. While you're on release in this case, you'll be subject to random. Listen to me. You'll be subject to random drug testing and alcohol testing at your expense. I'll give you a 30-day grace period to get any narcotics you have in your system out. But after that point, you will be, if you test positive, you're going to be spending some time here with us in the Orange County Jail. You understand that?
Yes, sir. I have a job, sir, and I definitely supposed to be at work today. And I have a little daughter, too. I'm supposed to be home with.
Okay. Well, you're going to maintain a separate residence. You're going to get one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have. So, have a great day, sir. You go over there without law enforcement, you don't go to jail. Hello, sir. Tell me your name.
Johnson Deontay.
All right. Mr. Johnson, you are here in 2021 MM 48AA on charge of battery, dating violence. The court did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. The court's going to set your bond in this case in the amount of $250 with pretrial release supervision. It says you have no contact with the victim. You are to maintain a separate residence from the victim. You are to give you one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You understand?
Sorry, I can't hear.
All right. Which part?
Sorry?
Which part?
The last part that you mentioned.
No weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release.
Okay.
All right. Have a great day, sir. What else you need?
Okay. Sorry.
You got any questions about a no contact order?
No question. But actually what I was about to say, this is my only charge. I've never actually been until this interview. And even then,
Yeah, but everything you say right now is being recorded. So I want to tell you to say less, and have a great day. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Andrew Joseph.
Mr. Mr. Joseph, you are here in 2021 MM 909 AL on charge of battery, domestic violence. Court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest, sir. Set your bond in the amount of $250 with pretrial release supervision. You have no contact with the victim. To maintain a separate residence from the victim. You can go there one time with law enforcement and retrieve any personal items you have. You do not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Defender represents you. You have any questions about the no contact order?
No, sir.
Have a great day, sir. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Lars Pachi.
Mr. Pachi, you are here in 2021 MM 942 AL on charge of battery, domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. I do have a witness in the witness booth. Ma'am, can you tell me your name? Look at me.
Annie Pachi.
All right, Mr. Pachi, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, put your hand down. Can you tell me how you know Mr. Pachi?
He's my husband.
All right. And are you afraid of your husband?
Sometimes.
Okay. Has anything like this happened in the past?
Not really.
Well, it's not really.
Not like this, no.
Okay. Do you want Mr. Pachi to return to the residence?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Yes.
All right. Did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
No.
Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have any questions for this witness?
Do you know if Mr. Pachi has another place to live?
If he goes home, I can go somewhere else. He can just go back to our house and I can go somewhere else.
No further questions.
No questions, Your Honor.
Ms. George?
No questions.
All right, Mr. Pachi, I'm going to set your bond as to count one, amount of $250. That's going to come with pretrial release supervision. I'm going to order that you have no contact with the victim in this case, that you maintain a separate residence from the victim, that you can have a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the residence. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. Have a great. Do you want to have any questions about the no contact order?
If she said it was
No.
okay for me to go home.
No, it's not okay for you. It's not okay for you to go home. I ordered you to maintain a separate residence. Now, if she's moved out when PTR checks, then you may be able to stay. But until they can verify that, you're going to have to find somewhere else to live for right now. All right?
What was the bond amount, Your Honor?
Say again, man?
What was the bond amount?
On $250. But do you have any questions about the no contact order? Ms. Brewer?
How would I find out if I can?
You're going to work with pretrial release. I'm putting you on pretrial release, so you're going to work with them to figure it out. You're going to answer my question, though. Do you have any questions about the no contact order?
No, sir.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Have a great day, ma'am. All right, sir, tell me your name.
My name is Vijay Rahman.
What happened to Neil Pidrick?
hospital, Your Honor.
All right, this is 2021 MM 972AO. Neil Patriot. I want to appoint a public defender to represent him in his case.
Your Honor, we'll waive.
Oh, Miss Kennedy Swanson. This is always an interesting charge to me because there was a new case out that says I can't revoke a bond in a different county. But do I have to give him a bond when the allegation is a violation of a court order?
I believe he'd be entitled to a bond on the violation.
All right. I think so too. The court's going to set bond amount of $10,000 in this case. With an order condition of his bond, he had no contact with the victim in this case. He maintained separate residence from the victim. And no contact includes from the jail. And he possessed no weapons or firearms. The weapons and firearms he has, and he be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. He also possessed no drugs or alcohol while he's out on release. All right. Well. All right. Tell me your name one more time, sir.
My name is Vijay Rahaman.
All right. Mr. Rahaman, you are here in 2021 MM 939AO on a charge of battery domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. I have a witness in the witness booth. Sir, can you tell me your name?
I am Rajai Rahaman.
All right, can you raise your right hand, Mr. Rahaman? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, no other truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
And you put your hand down. Is this your brother, I'm guessing?
Correct, sir.
All right, someone want to say
Your Honor.
Rahaman. And are you afraid of your brother?
No, Your Honor.
Do you all live together?
Currently, yes, Your Honor, but he has a residence.
All right.
I'm not in fear of my life, Your Honor.
Okay. And do you guys had not been able to get along in the past till it got to this point?
No, Your Honor, this was a spark of a moment. It was just unfortunate circumstances.
Okay. Did drugs and alcohol play a role in the incident?
That is not correct, sir. Not at all.
I'm asking you, did it or did it not?
It did not.
Okay. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have any questions for
No
Mr. Muhammad? Ms. George?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, going to set your bond amount of $500. Condition of your bond is that you'd have no hostile contact with your brother. So, I mean, you guys can disagree, you can argue, you guys can get into debates about who's going to win the NBA Finals or anything like that, NHL or the cricket, cricket being on pause around the world, anything else. But you can't get into a physical altercation with your brother or call something that's going to cause the police to get called. You understand that? If the police get called, even though you might think he's at fault, you're going to go to jail.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right? All right. Have a great day, sir. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name? All right, Ms. Arnold, you're here in two matters. The first matter is 2021 CT 489AO. You're arrested on a charge of failure to appear on a driver's license suspended case. The judge in that case set your bond at amount of $2,000. You were arrested in 2021 CT 1089AO on a charge of driver's license suspended as a subsequent offender. Court to review that charging affidavit. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, you have any offers to resolve any or all these cases?
May I have a moment, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't pick up my driving records. Sorry.
You want me to go get it?
No. So there's the offer, Your Honor.
There's an offer, all right.
If the court wants to make one, I just don't have her DL record.
Looks like she has some out-of-state convictions for driver license suspended. And similar charges. Ma'am, if you want to resolve your case with the court this morning, the court is offering adjudication of guilt, credit time served on all your cases. The court cost of prosecution of that case is $306. I have to warn you that this charge can be used at a later time to enhance your sentencing.
Just a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Your Honor.
Ms. Arnold, is that what you want to do? Resolve both of your cases? All right. All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, put your hand down. Ma'am, you are here in 2021 CT 489AO on a charge of driving license suspended. That is a second-degree misdemeanor punishable by 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. You're also here in 2021 CT 45172. 2021 CT 1089AO on a charge of driving license suspended as a subsequent offender. That's as a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. You understand the maximum penalties for both of the cases that you're facing? Sir. You want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve both cases? Okay. You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you give up certain constitutional rights. You understand that one of those rights, you give up the right to have a trial. Yes, sir. You understand you give up the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at the trial. Yes, sir. At that trial, your attorney can challenge the state's evidence. They can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand if there's a witness you wanted to call that you did not want, that you wanted to appear, that did not want to come to court, the court can use subpoena power to make that witness appear.
Yes, sir.
You understand that you're waiving your right to remain silent in each one of these cases.
Yes, sir.
You understand that you are giving up your right to appeal any errors in these cases except the court's jurisdiction over you and the sentences that I'm going to impose.
Yes, sir.
And you understand that these charges at a later time, if being charged again, can be used against you and enhance your sentencing up to a third-degree felony.
Yes, sir.
You understand that if you get 3 of these and three qualifying offenses similar to these in a 5-year time period, you also be qualified as a habitual traffic offender by the state of Florida.
Yes, sir.
Are you influencing any drugs, alcohol in this case? Right now, sorry. Are you influencing any drugs, alcohol at this time?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
I did review 2021 CT 489AO as well as your driving record. In this case, I do find a factual basis for the entering of your plea in that case. I also reviewed the charging affidavit this morning in 2021 CT 1089. I do find a factual basis of that case. I will accept your plea of no contest in both cases, find that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge in 2021 CT 489AO. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you have in Orange County Jail on that case. And the court costs in that case are $306 and coupled with cost of prosecution. In 2021 CT 1089, the court is going to adjudicate you guilty as to that charge, give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail in that case. We're going to give you impose court costs in the case amount of $306, the cost of prosecution. The total, we'll combine both of those costs for payment. I will make those costs payable directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You understand that, ma'am?
Sir.
All right. Have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Can you tell me your name? Mr. Greenlee, you are here in 2021 CT 143 AO on charge of driving under the influence. The court did refute a charging affidavit in this case. I do find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to stay your bonds in an amount of, actually I'm going to set your bond in an amount of $1,000 in that case. Condition of your bonds, in that case, you're not possessing drugs or alcohol while you're out on release. You're out on bond in 2021 CF 91 AO. In that case, the court did find probable cause that you committed a new law offense. I'm going to revoke your bonds in that case. I'm going to set new bonds amount of $5,000. I'm appointing a public defender to represent you in all the cases. Have a great day, sir. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Wahil Salahack.
All right, Mr. Hack, you are here in 2021 CT 72AW on a failure to appear warrant. The judge signing your warrant sets your bond in the amount of $500. But I want to ask Ms. Kenny Swanson if she has an offer to resolve Mr. Hack's case.
I do not.
Do I have objection if I make an offer?
There you are.
Mr. Hack, if you want to resolve your case today, the court will offer your adjudication of guilt, credit time served. The court cost of prosecution in the case is $306. That's something you want to do today?
Sure.
You want to raise your right hand and be sworn in? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Put your hand down. Sir, you're here in 2021 CT 72AW on a charge of driving license suspended. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punished up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve this case?
This case, not guilty.
You were not guilty?
Right. On the matter, I wasn't driving.
Okay. Then,
Okay.
if you're not guilty, then we're not going to enter a plea. My question is, you want to resolve the case today.
Right.
If you want to resolve the case today, you have to enter a plea of guilty or no contest. If you want to plead not guilty, it's such a case for trial, then we won't do that.
Okay. No contest.
So do you want the trial, or do you want to plead no contest?
No contest.
All right. You understand, when you enter a plea of no contest, you give up certain constitutional rights. You understand that?
Right. Yes.
You're saying you give up the right to have a trial in this matter.
Yes.
They're saying you give up the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at a trial.
Yes.
At a trial, your attorney can challenge the state's evidence. They can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If there was a witness you wanted to call, did not want to come to court, the court can use the subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
One more time.
If there was a witness you wanted to call, that did not want to come to court, the court can use the subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Yes.
You understand? You give up the right to remain silent as to this case.
Yes.
You understand that you give up the right to appeal any errors in this case, except the court's jurisdictional view and whether the sentence I'm going to impose is legal.
One more time again.
You understand? Giving up the right to appeal any errors in this case, except the court's jurisdiction over you.
Yes.
And the sentence I'm going to impose.
Yes.
All right. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
You understand about entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes.
You understand that this charge at a later date, if you get enough of them, can be used to enhance your sentencing up to a third-degree felony.
Okay, one more again.
If you keep picking up driver's license suspended charges,
Okay, right. Yes.
that can be used as an enhancement to your sentence.
Yes.
I did review this case and your driving record before I took the bench this morning. I did find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I accept your plea of no contest. I'll find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. And I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. I'll impose court costs and cost of prosecution amount of $306. I'll make those costs payable directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You understand that?
Yes.
Have a great day, sir. All right, tell me your name, sir.
Sorry?
What is your name?
Fredo Rodriguez.
What happened to Hartman?
Find it, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, you are here in 2021 CT 1093AO on charge of driving under the influence with property damage. The court did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to state your bonds in the amount of $1,000. Conditioning your bonds not possessing any drugs or alcohol while you're out on release. Your bond, staying your bond at $1,000. But you can't drink and you can't use drugs while you're on release. If you get caught doing either, you're going to be seeing me again.
Okay. Is there any way I could get a pretrial release?
Don't think you qualify as to that charge because you hit somebody. So have a great day.
Sorry?
There was an accident, so you don't qualify for pretrial release.
It's just he refused the interview.
Oh, I guess you refused to talk to them.
The interview.
Your Honor?
Yeah, so were you arrested and they were downstairs, there's a big glass window that you had to go talk to somebody, and you said, no, I don't want to do that?
I didn't
Yeah.
know exactly what that was.
Your Honor, could he be interviewed for pretrial release?
Not when he voluntarily refused the interview.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, I've got some arraignments. I have Hardin, 2021 CT 849AO.
Timothy Hardin?
Yes, sir. The public defender represents him. Ms. George, do you want to waive his appearance?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll waive.
You want to enter a plea on his behalf?
We're gonna enter a plea of not guilty.
Division 82, pretrial conference date will be March 1st, 10:30 a.m., courtroom 10B.
And then I had Albert Cunningham, 2021 MM 458AO for arraignment. He's also represented by the Public Defender's Office. Ms. George, what would you like to do?
We're gonna waive and enter a plea of not guilty.
Division 85, pretrial conference date March 22nd, 9 a.m., courtroom 4A.
Let's get on to our 33-day motions. I have Erica Morgan, 2021 CF 198AO. State, what do you say?
You said Morgan?
Yep, Erica Nicole Morgan.
Should be granted a state file notice of non-filing before the 33rd day.
today? Let's see. All right. And then I had Sean, is it Persilis? Am I saying that right?
I don't have a Sean, so I need a case number, Your Honor.
2020 CF 13358 AO.
That should be granted the state file notice of non-filing before the 33rd day.
I got one more. Nahart. Christopher Nahart, 2021 CF 137 AO.
Good morning, sir. Please tell me your name, or good afternoon, I guess. Please tell me your name.
Tony Chandler.
All right, sir, you're here charged with possession of drug paraphernalia and soliciting without a permit. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you, sir. I do find probable cause exists in this case. Does the state have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. Withhold credit for time served.
Sir, did you hear what the prosecutor just said?
Yes,
Yeah. Are you interested in accepting that offer today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, sir, you heard what the state attorney just said. If you enter a plea of guilty or no contest today, you'll be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights. You understand you're giving up your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses and present any defenses that you might have at a jury trial where one is required, your right to force the state to prove the charges against you beyond all reasonable doubt. You're giving up all those rights to enter a plea today. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're on probation, this plea could violate that probation.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. At this time, sir, has anyone promised you anything or threatened you to get you to enter this plea other than what we just talked about?
No.
All right, sir. At this time, how do you wish to plead to the charges of possession of drug paraphernalia and soliciting without a permit?
No contest.
No contest. No contest.
All right, I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I will withhold adjudication. How many days credit does he have?
2 days.
I'll order that you serve 2 days in jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you've served, and I have to order that you pay court costs in this case, sir. I'll give you a year to pay it. Do you have a job? All right, I'm gonna reduce that to a lien. All right, good luck, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name. What's your name, sir?
Robert Crew.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 21MM935AO, charged with trespass on property after warning and resisting an officer without violence.
Yeah.
I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find there's probable cause in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Does the state have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return. No objection and no action on the out on bond. On the first, the 2020 MM case, we haven't filed on it. And I don't know the status of the other felony. I have to look that up.
All right, sir, you heard what the prosecutor just said. Are you interested in that?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna accept the offer to.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn, sir.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, help you God?
Yeah.
You can't raise your hand, Mr. Crew?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'll accept that. Sir, your attorney just told this court that you want to accept the offer from the state attorney today. You understand that if you do that, you're going to be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses and present any defenses you may have, your right to force the state to prove the allegations against you beyond all reasonable doubt. You're giving up those rights today. You understand?
Yeah.
And you understand that if you're on probation, this could violate that probation?
Yeah.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yeah.
Then at this time, sir, how do you wish to plead to the charges of trespass on property after warning and resisting an officer without violence?
Just guilty.
I'm sorry?
Guilty.
All right, I'll accept your plea of guilty. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. Was the offer an adjudication, counselor?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for how many days?
2.
2 days in jail. I'll order you to pay court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay those. And based on the statement by the prosecution, at this time, I will take no action on your out on bond cases. Good luck, sir. Good morning. Please tell me your name.
Elderly Dolphin.
Sir, you're here in case number 21MM943AO, charged with resisting an officer without violence and possession of drug paraphernalia. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. Before I appoint the public defender to represent you, let me see, does the state have an offer?
The state does have an offer, Your Honor. I did speak prior to court. However, he has competency issues in the out on bond cases, so I'm going to make an offer of adjudication credit for time served. I don't know if the defense is going to feel comfortable letting him plea out knowing of the competency issues.
All right, then at this time, I will appoint the public defender to represent you.
Your Honor, we're not going to accept a plea today. There are multiple cases with competency issues.
All right. Sir, your bond is going to be $500 on count 1, $100 on count 2. What says the state as to his prior, the out on bond cases?
No objection, no action. They do have status hearings.
All right, then at this time, I'll take no action on those.
Miss,
Yes, sir.
can you take me to the hospital?
I can't do that, but you're represented by an attorney, and she's going to talk to the people in her office, and then they'll file any motions that they think are necessary.
Huh?
Your lawyer is going to help you, okay? She's going to be working on your behalf.
Can you take me to,
How is it?
can you take me to,
Your Honor, can we
Lakeside? You
take
take me to
him?
Lakeside?
Can we take him out now, Your Honor?
Sir, I don't have the jurisdiction to send you anywhere, but your attorney has told the court that she's going to be working on your case, okay? Good luck, sir. Counsel, I assume you communicate that to your
Yes, Your Honor.
counterparts downtown. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name.
My name is George Naylor.
All right, sir, you're hearing case number 21MO1970, charged with disorderly conduct. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in this case. Does the state have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. Withhold credit for time served.
Sir, you heard what the prosecutor just said. Are you interested in accepting that offer today?
Yes, I am.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, help you God?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
All right, you understand, sir, that you can put your hand down. If you enter a plea of guilty or no contest today, you'll be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses and present any defenses you may have, your right to a trial by jury where one is required, your right to force the state to prove the charges against you beyond all reasonable doubt. You're going to give up all those rights today. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, I do.
You understand if you're on probation, this plea could violate that probation?
Yes.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation? All right, sir, at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of disorderly conduct?
No contest.
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty and give you credit for how many days?
2, Your Honor.
The 2 days that you've served in jail. What's the state's position as to his out on bond case?
Your Honor, I think it was a withhold, right, of adjudication?
Yes, it was a withhold.
All right, I'll withhold adjudication. Thank you, Counselor.
No objection, no action.
All right, at this time, I'll take no action on your out on bond case. Good luck, sir. Oh, and I'll order him to pay court costs and give him a year. All right, this is case number 21MO199. She's charged with open container and state misdemeanors. I'll appoint the public defender to represent her. I find her refusal to come to court a waiver. I did find probable cause in this case. Her bond will be $250 on count 1, $100 on count 2.
Your Honor, we'll waive.
All right, I'm going to revoke her RORs and her 2 open cases.
Your Honor, we would ask that you take no action on the out on bond cases. They're nonviolent crimes.
They are, counsel, but it appears to me that it's a pattern of behavior. I understand they're nonviolent, but it's in the same vein, so I'm going to revoke it at this time, but you can file a motion in front of the trial court. Thank you, Counselor. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Tanisha
What's your last name?
Brown.
All right, good afternoon. You're here in case number 2019 CF 560580. There was a capias issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a status hearing on a charge of lewd and lascivious battery. There is no bond authorized on that capias. I cannot change that at this time. Do you have an attorney, ma'am?
And she has a PD.
All right, the PD's already appointed. Good luck. Good afternoon, Counselor.
Good afternoon, Your
You
Honor.
can call your case if you'd like.
Yes. My first name is Matthew. The last name is Ferry. I represent Keyshawn Bowie, who is standing to my right. Your Honor, he was arrested yesterday. He voluntarily turned himself in on a warrant. That warrant provided for no bond, but it is a second-degree felony, and thus he's entitled to bond. I did speak with Ms. Swanson, and she does not object to a $10,000 bond with the condition of no contact with the alleged victim.
This is case number 21 CF 421AO. Counsel, there was a capias issued for his arrest, not a warrant. So the capias doesn't authorize bond.
It should, Your Honor. He is entitled. It's not, when we filed an information on this case, I looked it up when speaking to Mr. Ferry prior. So he is entitled to F2.
Yes, he's entitled.
So it was
to
a
bond.
warrant, not a capias?
I think when we filed it, hold on, I can tell you. Give me one moment, Your Honor, to pull it up to see how we filed it. It was a non-arrest case, and so we filed it as a capias to get him in the court's jurisdiction. So even though they held him at no bond, it should be, the IA judge should modify, because he is entitled to a bond. We filed it as an F2.
How do I modify a capias? A bond on a capias?
I think it's different from a failure to appear capias than an arrest capias because that's how we had him served with it. It came as a non-arrest case to our office, and anytime we issue the capias and probable cause, asking the court to find probable cause and a capias as we filed an information on it, those are treated differently than just a failure to appear. So he is entitled to a bond.
All right. Does the state have his criminal history?
Yes, I don't believe there is any, Your Honor. From what I have nothing.
Do you have,
Yeah, my client is 19 years old. He's a college student. He has no prior arrest history. He's a graduate of Winter Park High School. His father is also present, Your Honor, and he turned himself in yesterday on this warrant.
before I can set a bond, I need more information. Do you have the probable cause affidavit or the information? Anything that gives me?
Let me see what I can print for the court.
I just need details about it.
I understand. Give me one moment, Your Honor. Can I approach, Your Honor, for the court to review? We ask that it not be filed in the court file.
All right. Can I approach? Yes. Thank you, counsel. All right, counsel, was there anything else that you wanted to say about bond?
No, Your Honor.
Do you want it all back?
Yeah. It's too big.
We can have all of it.
No, thank you. Yes.
Go ahead, counselor.
Nothing further, Judge. I mean, he's entitled to bond. It's not a capital offense. It's a second-degree felony, and it's not an offense punishable by life imprisonment. It's a second-degree felony, my understanding, and so he's entitled to bond.
All right, what says the state?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe he's entitled to bond as the F2. We just asked, I believe when Mr. Spear and I spoke too, he's in college, so no objection to him leaving to return to school, but that he keep in touch with his attorney, no contact with the victim or the victim's family, no weapons, no firearms, no drugs, no alcohol, and no contact with any witnesses either.
Where is he in school?
Western Carolina.
I'm sorry, what?
Western Carolina.
What year are you?
Freshman.
Are you physically on campus?
Yes, ma'am.
So what brought you to Florida in February?
The warrant.
This?
He turned himself in yesterday in the warrant, Your Honor.
But shouldn't he be in classes right now? Did the semester not start?
No, it is. It's
Oh.
currently in session.
My understanding, when he found out about the warrant, he voluntarily came back.
He just came down for this.
to turn himself in.
His dad picked him up, his dad's present, and his dad drove him down here when we found out about this to deal with this, Your Honor.
All right. Does his dad wish to be heard on anything?
No, Your Honor.
No, okay. All right. your bond will be $10,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim's family members, and that includes third-party communication as well as electronic. Do you understand what that means?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't send a message to her through a friend. None of that. You understand? I'm also going to order that you're not allowed to have any contact with any of the witnesses in this case. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal drugs while you're out on bond. You're not allowed to possess or consume alcohol, which shouldn't be a problem because you shouldn't legally be drinking. Any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck, sir. Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, on Mr. Jones' case, I believe he's next.
Yes.
We filed an information on this case.
Let's put the case number on the record.
Okay.
21 CF 265. Yep, that's right. Go ahead, counsel.
Yes, we filed 3 of I'm looking at the face sheet right now, lewd or lascivious battery. We filed it as 3 counts of that. The promote sex performance by a child is count 4 of the information. Count 5 of the information is transmission of child pornography, which is count 3 on the face sheet. And then counts 4, 5, 6, and 7, we did not file those on the current arrest page so that he can be ROR'd as to those counts as we didn't file on it. So it should be 3 counts of lewd or lascivious battery, or court set a bond on, 1 count of promoting a sex performance by a child, and then 1 count of transmission of child pornography.
So is the state going to file an announcement of no information as to the other counts?
No, the court wants to ROR him as to those counts, but the counts they're going to still line up as we filed it. They're just not going to have the same name as on the current sheet we have. We filed 5 counts instead of 7.
Right.
So if the last 2 Your Honor wants to ROR him on, that's fine. They just have to be renamed the lewd and lascivious battery because it's 3 counts of that instead of 1.
All right. Let me be sure. What's your name, sir?
Tyree Jones.
I'm sorry, what?
Tyree Jones.
All right, sir. You're here in this case that I've already put on the record, and I'm guessing you heard what the state just said. There was a warrant out for your arrest, but the state has decided to file some charges differently than what was on the warrant. So you've been charged with 3 counts of... That's what?
That's how they count.
All right. You've been charged with 3 counts of lewd or lascivious battery, 1 count of promotion of a sexual performance by a child, and 1 count of transmission of child pornography by electronic device. So at this time, I'm going to ROR you on counts 6 and 7, the 2 unlawful use of a two-way communication device. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Does the state have a recommendation as to bond?
See no prior criminal history with him either. I would recommend $15,000 as to 1 count of the lewd or lascivious battery, $5,000 as to the other 2 counts of lewd or lascivious battery, $5,000 as to the count 4, promotion of sex performance by a child, and then count 5, $5,000 as well. The transmission of child pornography.
Does the defense wish to be heard?
Your Honor, we have no objection to the bonds. The state has recommended. My client has no criminal history at all.
All right, so at this time, your bond will be $15,000 on count 1, $5,000 on count 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. That includes electronic communication as well as third party. Do you understand what that means? You cannot send a message to her through friends or any app.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to have any contact with any minor children under the 18 years of age. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
No contact. You're not allowed to possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
My name is Thaddeus Jaquan Preston, ma'am.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 21 CF 1603, charged with battery on a medical care provider. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you, sir. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. Your bond will be $2,500. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. That includes electronic and third-party communication. Do you understand what that means?
Yes, ma'am. No telephone, no.
Right. Yes, sir. You're not allowed to possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Can the state advise if his out on bond case has been filed?
It has, Your Honor, filed as tampering with physical evidence and possession of paraphernalia. It has a pretrial conference on February the 24th.
I'm going to revoke your ROR in that case, sir. Your bond will be $2,000 on count 1 and $100 on count 2. There's only 2 counts left, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Good luck, sir.
And what was those bonds again, Your Honor?
2,000 and 100.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Christian Solomon.
You're here in case number 21 CF 1580AO, charged with burglary of an occupied dwelling, aggravated stalking with a credible threat, and assault.
I didn't know.
Don't talk.
I'll give you a moment with your attorney. Perhaps the state, yes, go ahead.
Oh, you.
I'm appointing the public defender to represent you, sir. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in this case. Can the state advise, does the occupied change the level of the felony of the burglary of a dwelling?
May I have one moment on that one, Your Honor?
Because burglary of a dwelling is a first. Does occupied make it a PBL?
It doesn't make it a PBL.
So he's entitled to bond?
He is, Your Honor.
All right. I just wanted to make sure.
I think I have both as F2.
You have it as an F2?
I have it as an F2.
Okay. All right, sir, your bond is going to be $5,000 on count 1, $5,000 on count 2, and $100 on count 3. You're not allowed to have any contact with any of the victims or their family members. Do you understand what that means? I'm sorry? No electronic or third-party communication. You're not allowed to possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You're not allowed to return to this neighborhood. Do you live in this neighborhood? Then I'm going to order that you're not allowed to be within 500 feet of their house. Do you understand? Are there any other conditions the state would request?
There you are.
He has a private attorney listed on it.
Oh, he has a private attorney? All right, then I'm going to not appoint the public defender. Good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Jason Zell.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 21 CT 221AW, charged with no valid driver's license. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in that case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, and your bond is $500. You're also here in case number 21 CF 1600AO, charged with possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. I'll appoint the public defender in that case as well. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists. You're a violent felony offender of special concern. So that means you're on probation, most likely for a violent felony. I don't believe, hold on 1 second. I don't believe you're entitled to bond. Sir, what your attorney is saying is that everything you say right now today is being recorded and can be used against you later. That's why she's advising you not to say anything to the court. You can say anything you want to me, but it can be used against you later, okay? That's why she's telling you that.
I'm sorry, can I just ask pretrial services question, Your Honor? Is he he's currently on probation?
Yes, he's currently on probation. They already, I believe his probation officer already served an on-view charging affidavit on his probation, so that has a no bond.
I believe he's
Already.
entitled to a bond on this case.
Yes.
However, he'll be held at no bond on that on-view.
On-view probation.
And won't be entitled to a bond on the on-view violation.
Because he's a violent felony offender of special concern, the court can exercise discretion and hold him at no bond on that, the possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. Right?
I believe only on a VOP. I don't think on the underlying new law offense, the court can. I believe the court has to set a bond on the new law, which is this possession of a weapon. And then on the on-view VOP, he is to be held at no bond and can't get a bond until he resolves that because he is a violent offender.
Yes.
I don't think that's right. I think the court can exercise discretion. However, in this case, I'll set your bond at $5,000 on possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. But sir, you're not going to be able to bond out because of the VOP. So you have bonds in these two cases, but you don't in the VOP. Do you understand?
Would I be able to ask for a bond hearing?
Yeah, your attorney will file a motion, and it'll be heard in front of the judge who's hearing the VOP, not this court today. Good luck, sir. Ms. Swanson, I'm going to look that up now.
That's what I'm, I'm doing the same thing right now, Your Honor.
Because
I know on the violation, I know that that's a no bond. But
I know, but I think in the new law,
okay,
especially if it's a violent offense, I think the court has discretion to do that. However, while this isn't a violent offense, it's a possession of a weapon, and he's a violent felony offender. So I did give him a bond, but I want to look this up. Let's talk.
We're going to do that.
All right, thank you. Please tell me your name.
Renee Sullivan.
All right, ma'am, you're here in case number 2019-1346. You have an out-of-county warrant for violating probation for uttering a forged bill, grand theft, and that might be it. At this time, there is no bond authorized on that out-of-county warrant. We'll be in touch with the other county to find out if they're coming to get you. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
I trust you, Ms. Swanson.
I'm researching.
You're usually right.
Right now, Your Honor.
All right, good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Robert Jonathan Wallace.
You're here today in 2012 CF 22516. You have a violation of probation warrant for lewd and lascivious exhibition. The victim is under 16, offender over 18. At this time, there's no bond on that warrant. We'll be in touch and see if they're going to be transporting you. You are a sex offender, so you do have sex offender reporting requirements, and also it shows that you're a violent felony offender of special concern. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, and we'll be in contact with the other county. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Patricia Caldas.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. One more time.
Patricia Caldas.
Ma'am, you're here in 21MM933 AO, charged with petty theft. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause for your arrest in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $250. However, you're currently out on bond in case number 20 CF 5277 AO.
Your Honor,
petty theft.
we would ask that you take no action on her out on bond cases.
I'm going to revoke in both. It's the exact same charge, counsel. So I'm revoking her bond in both of those cases. 20 CF 5277 and 20 CF 4309.
Oh, she says she has a private attorney.
Okay, then I'll not appoint the public defender. You need to contact your attorney, ma'am.
The case that I'm out on bond for, actually just went to court for it, and it's basically about to be closed because the lawyer, the only thing that they're waiting for is the letter to turn in from my doctor saying that I was in surgery for that day, but the court date is like next week. And then in this case, it was like, I'm not even...
Don't talk about the facts of the case.
Okay. But that case is about to be closed.
All right, ma'am, you're going to have to talk to your attorney, and they're going to have to file a motion because I am revoking your bonds in those cases. So good luck. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
My name is Raymond Lawas, ma'am.
You're hearing case number 21MM940AO, charged with trespass on property after warning. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in this case. Your bond is $500. You're out on bond in case number 2019 CF 14820AO, and at this time I'm revoking your bonds in that case.
You're revoking my bonds?
Yes, sir. I am.
When's to revoke my bond, man? I'm out on a high bond. I've been out on bond like 7 months, man. I haven't been in no trouble. I've been working. This is like a misdemeanor that's going to get resolved, man.
Your Honor, we would ask, since it's not a violent offense, that you take no action on the out on bond charge or in the alternative, Your Honor, increase the bond.
I'm not going to do that at this time, Counselor. The charges are attempted second-degree murder with a weapon, aggravated battery, great bodily harm with a weapon, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. So I'm not going to do that. So your attorney can file a bond motion, and it'll be heard by the trial judge who's hearing this case. They'll file a motion for you.
So I have to pay my same bond back? I paid $7,600 to get out, ma'am.
No, sir, I revoked that bond. So
That's what I'm saying. For me, I would have to go back to get that other bond back.
your attorney will file a motion in front of the judge who's hearing the case, and that judge can give you another bond if they want to. If they find that you should get a bond, they'll give you another bond.
So what's the reason for revoking my bond?
You were arrested on a new law violation while out on bond. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Felicia McMillan Simmons.
You said Miss Simmons, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You're hearing case number 21MM49AA, charged with trespass on property after warning. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit in this case. I do find probable cause existed for your arrest. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $500.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Leave your mask on, please.
Your Honor, the state is offering an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, and court costs on the trespass. My client wants to accept that offer. We would just ask that you take no action on the out on bond cases.
What says the state?
Correct, that is the state's offer, and agree to no action on the add-on bond case.
I'm sorry. I actually couldn't hear you. If you could just.
I'm sorry.
Just put the mic closer. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I agree that was our offer.
Okay.
And no objection to no action on the add-on bond.
I couldn't understand when you said no objection. I didn't hear those words. I'm sorry, Counselor.
It's okay. I'm sorry. It's the mask. I get it.
And it's really loud up here, so if you're not close, I can't hear it. All right, ma'am. Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
So your attorney tells me that you want to enter a plea today in exchange for a sentence that she's negotiated with the prosecutor. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
You can put your hand down.
Okay.
You understand that if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, you'll be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses and present any defenses you may have at a jury trial where one is required, your right to force the state to prove the allegations against you beyond all reasonable doubt. You're giving up all those rights today. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
And that's what you want to do?
Yes.
You understand if you're on probation, this could violate that probation?
Yes.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything other than what we just discussed here with the attorneys to get you to enter this plea today?
No.
Then at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of trespass on property after warning?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty and give you credit for how many days?
2 days.
2 days in jail in order that you pay court costs. I'll give you a year to pay the court costs, and I'll take no action on your out on bond case. Good luck.
Your Honor, Parker, his behavior.
All right, 21 MM 938AO. I'll appoint the public defender to represent him. I find his refusal to come to court a waiver of his appearance. His bond will be $500 on count 1 and $100 on count 2. I'm sorry? I did. I think I appointed the PD. If I didn't, I am. Please tell me your name.
Nicholas Watcher.
All right, you're here in case number 21MM941AO, charged with resisting a merchant, battery, and petty theft. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $1,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2, and $100 on count 3. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. You're not allowed to return to the store. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir.
If I may,
No, don't talk about the facts of the case. No, not today.
I would like to resolve this issue.
They're not, the state's not making an offer today.
Good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name. Sir, you're here in case number 20MM544780. There was a capias issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a plea and sentence. The bond authorized on that capias is $2,000. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you if they weren't previously.
We have an offer, Your Honor.
Oh,
The offer is an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, cost of investigation of $97.04 to the Orlando Police Department.
He wants to accept the offer, Your Honor.
please raise your right hand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Your attorney just told me that you'd like to accept the plea offer that the state just extended. Is that true? You understand that if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest today, you'll be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses and present any defenses you may have, in a jury trial when one is required. You're going to give up all those rights today. You understand if you're on probation, this plea could violate that probation. You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything other than what we just discussed to get you to enter this plea? Did you say yes?
No, I may need to say you quit.
Okay. I just want to make sure I heard that. All right, sir, then at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of carrying a concealed weapon? No contest? I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for
The 39 days.
the 39 days you've been in jail. I'll order that you pay $97.04 to the Orlando Police Department. And I'll order that you pay court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay them. Good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Aaron Jamal Bronson.
Sir, you're here in case number 2021 MO 1950, charged with an open container of alcohol. Does the state have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, withhold credit for time served.
Did you hear what the prosecutor just said, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you interested in doing that?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand and be sworn.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down now. Sir, I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in this case. You understand that if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, you'll be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses and present any defenses you may have at a jury trial when one is required. You're going to give up all those rights today to enter a plea. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're on probation, this plea could violate that probation?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sir, other than what we just discussed, has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
All right. Then at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of an open container of alcohol?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. Was it a withhold? Counsel, was it a withhold or adjudication?
Withhold, Your Honor.
All right. I'll withhold adjudication. Give you credit for
2 days.
2?
2 days.
2 days in jail. I'll order you to pay court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay them. Good luck, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Excuse me?
What's your name?
Israel Fuentes.
Sir, you're here in case number 21MO196, charged with camping where it's prohibited. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Does the state have an offer?
And withhold credit for time served.
Did you hear what the prosecutor just said?
What was that?
Can you tell him again?
A withhold of adjudication and credit for time served of 2 days.
Are you interested in taking that offer, sir?
Yeah. But I'm not sure.
Your Honor, we are not going to accept the state's offer today. My client would like to handle the case downtown. We would just ask for a ROR in this case.
There's no objection. On behalf of the city, state has no objection.
Oh, the city has no objection?
Yes.
All right.
City cases.
All right, I'll ROR him. Good luck, sir.
And you'll have a court hearing to fight it downtown. Okay.
That's their COVID policy. City wants RRRs on cases that are not resolved.
Right.
That's it. You're done.
That makes sense.
You only have one.
That's why I did it. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name.
Matthew Oliver.
You're here in 21MO1980, charged with disorderly conduct. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Sir, you are a sex offender, and you still have sex offender reporting requirements. Your bond in this case will be $250.
Your Honor, the state has made an offer of a withhold of adjudication credit for time served.
I'm not inclined to withhold adjudication. Why would we do that, counselor?
That's the city's offer, Your Honor. Their standard offer is a withhold credit for time served. Just communicating that offer.
Your client has a very lengthy criminal history. I'm not inclined to withhold adjudication. unless you can give me a reason to do that, counselor.
Your Honor, my client will take the adjudication of guilt credit for time served.
All right, please raise your right hand.
You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Sir, your attorney just told me that you want to enter a plea today. Is that correct? You can put your hand down. You understand that by entering a plea today that you're giving up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses and present any defenses you may have at trial, a jury trial where one is required. You're going to give up all those rights today to enter a plea. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
You understand if you're on probation, this plea could violate that probation?
Yes.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Then at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of disorderly conduct?
Yes.
I'll accept your plea of guilty. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll give you credit for how many days?
2 days.
2 days in jail and order you to pay court costs and give you a year to pay it. Good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Hey, Reed.
Sir, you're here in case number 21CO188, charged with soliciting without a permit. There is probable cause. Does the state have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. An adjudication of guilt, credit for time served.
Sir, are you interested in accepting that offer today?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
All right, sir. You understand that if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, you'll be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses and present any defenses you may have, your right to a jury trial when one is required. You're giving up all those rights today to enter a plea. You understand if you're on probation, this plea could violate that probation. You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation. Then at this time, sir, how do you wish to plead to the charge of soliciting without a permit? How do you wish to plead?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for
2 days.
2 days, and order you to pay court costs. I'll give you a year to pay the court costs. Good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Good afternoon, Brian Richardson.
All right, sir. You're here in case number 21MO200, charged with camping where prohibited. There is probable cause here. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm sure the state has an offer, but he also has 2 out on bond cases.
On behalf of the city, the offer that withhold credit for time served.
Oh, the city has an offer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we would ask for no action on the out on bond cases. This is a nonviolent crime.
All right, I'll take no action on those cases. But I'll not withhold based on his criminal history.
It's 2 days credit.
Okay, Your Honor, we like to accept the state's offer.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, sir, you understand that if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest today, you'll be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses and present any defenses you may have at a jury trial where one is required. We're not going to have a jury trial if you admit that you're guilty or plead no contest. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You understand if you're on probation, this plea could violate that probation?
Excuse me?
If you're on probation anywhere,
Oh, yes, ma'am, I understand.
this plea could violate that.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
At this time, how do you wish to plead to camping where prohibited?
Yes,
How do you wish to plea?
Guilty.
I'll accept your plea of guilty. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, order you to serve 2 days, give you credit for the 2 days you've served, order you to pay court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay them.
Thank you.
Good luck, sir. I'll get it. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Joshua R. Andrew.
Sir, you're here in case number 21 CF 1596AO, charged with driving while license suspended as a habitual offender. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond in this case will be $2,000. In your open cases, do you have a private attorney?
Yes, sir. I mean,
All
yes,
right.
ma'am.
Then I'm not going to appoint the public defender. Are you going to have the private attorney represent you in this one as well?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. At this time, I'm going to revoke your bond in 20 CF 7502AO, 20 CF 9943AO, and 20 CF 1474AO. So you need to talk to your attorney and tell him what we did today so he can file a motion for you, okay?
Okay.
Good luck.
Bates is medical, Your Honor. Joseph Bates.
All right. Case number 21 CF 1599AO. I'll appoint the public defender to represent him.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
Thank you, Counselor. His bond is $1,000. I'm going to revoke his bond on 20 CF 13238AO because it's a very similar charge.
Your Honor, we would just ask that you set a higher bond amount on that case.
What says the state?
We'll leave it in the court's discretion.
All right, I'll double his current bond in that case, so it'll be $2,200.
Thank you, Your Honor.
They
The out of bond.
they only they filed it on one charge. So you want the one charge to be 2,200?
What was it? That's all I have is $1,100. Was it 1,100?
Probably 1,000.
Okay, then it's 2,000.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Samuel Buck, Your Honor.
You're here in case number 21 CF 1566AO, charged with attempted burglary of a conveyance and loitering or prowling. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists. Your bond is $1,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2. Sir, you're not allowed to return to this scene. You're not allowed to have contact with any of the victims in this case. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
Yeah.
All right, good luck, sir.
Your Honor, we would ask if you would be willing to ROR him. He has a disabled child at home. And he's the only income earner in his house.
Can you hand me that one back, please? Sorry.
That's okay.
What says the state?
State would object to an ROR. Your Honor wants to reduce the, he doesn't qualify for PTR, does he?
No. He didn't qualify.
No objection to a reduction of bond, but we would object to an ROR.
Counselor, I'm not going to change it at this time, just looking at his criminal history.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm not changing it. Thank you. Good luck. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name.
Ricky Gaston.
All right. This is case number 2018 CF 12039AO. It looks like, sir, there was a capias issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a burglary of a dwelling charge and a grand theft. And the bond is ROR on both of those counts on a failure to appear. But it looks like he has 2 out on bond cases, 20 MM 165 AE and 20 CF 7427 AO. What says the state as to those cases?
No, just no action, Your Honor. He didn't get arrested on new law. He failed to appear.
No. All right, at this time, I'll take no action on those cases. Oh, and I'll appoint the public defender. Good luck, sir. Where is Leon Etienne? Okay. Sir, please tell me your name.
Gordon.
You're here in case number 21 CF 1598 AO, charged with possession of methamphetamine. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you, sir. I do find probable cause exists in this case. Your bond is $1,000. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances while out on bond, and you're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand? All right, good luck, sir.
Josephine Jackson, bonded.
Thank you.
Tyreek Johnson, behavior.
All right, this is case number 21 CF 156780. He was charged with grand theft. There is probable cause in that case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent him.
Your Honor, we'll waive.
All right. He also has 21 MM 424AO. So he was out on bond when he was arrested for the grand theft?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to revoke his bond on that.
That case we have filed on.
You have?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
There's a 2/10 arraignment date, tomorrow arraignment date.
All right, thank you.
You left this bond as is on the...
On the grand theft, yes.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name.
David Jones.
All right, sir. You're here in case number 21 CF 1585AO, charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. I'm sorry, with a weapon. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in this case for your arrest, sir. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. At this time, your bond is $5,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. That includes third-party communication and electronic. Do you understand what that means? All right, you're not allowed to return to the scene. You're not allowed to possess or consume any alcohol while you're out on bond. And you're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Do you understand? All right, good luck, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
My name is Pablo Pantoja Rivera.
Sir, you're here in case number 21 CF 1597AO, charged with possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $1,000 on count 1 and $100 on count 2. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances while out on bond, and you're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir. What happened to Andreas Lee?
He's medical, Your Honor.
All right, medical, like we should reset him tomorrow, or
No, Your Honor.
he's not coming out soon?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Then let's address his case. 21 CF 1591AO, The charge is attempted second-degree murder with a weapon. I'll appoint the public defender to represent him. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in this case.
Your Honor, we'll waive.
All right, thank you, Counselor. Is this a PBL, Ms. Swanson?
No, I have it as a F1, but can I just double check for 1 second? My notes say that I have it as F1.
So I have it as an F1, but I wanted to double check.
Yes, let me just, 2 seconds.
To make sure,
Yes, Your Honor.
because I trust Ms. Swanson. Except for the one thing that I disagreed with her, I wasn't sure.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe it's F1.
I think it is as well, okay. I'll make his bond $50,000. Are there any conditions that the state would request?
No contact with the victim, no contact with witnesses, no weapons, no firearms, no drugs, no alcohol.
All right, I'll order all of that, but while he's in custody, I don't know that
Well, definitely no contact with victims or witnesses, either,
in or out.
In or
But is
out.
that possible,
yes.
to order that he not have contact with the victim while he's in? Okay, then I'm ordering that.
The defendants still have contact and we get jail phone calls because they don't listen to the no contact.
No, the victim is here.
Oh, the victim is here too.
That's why I'm asking corrections. They're already separate. Okay, that's what I just want to make sure. If I order something and it's physically impossible for them to
Got it.
comply with it, I didn't want to do that. That's why.
So what's
Okay.
all the conditions?
So no contact with the victim or any witnesses. No alcohol, no weapons, no firearms, no ammunition. Okay, now it's acting up, you guys. There we go. Please tell me your name.
Sean Michael Perry.
All right, sir, you have case number 20CF144660. A capias was issued for you failing to appear for arraignment on a charge of possession of fentanyl and possession of drug paraphernalia. There's no bond authorized on the capias for those 2 counts. I can't change that. And then in case number 21CF1594AO, I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond in that case is $1,000 on count 1 and $150 on count 2. If you bond out, you're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances or have contact with known drug dealers. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Mary Beth Serrano.
I'm sorry, what?
Mary Beth Serrano.
What happened to Eddie Pickard? Okay, let's do him after Miss Serrano. You're here in 21 CF 1433AO, charged with possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. There was a capias issued for your arrest. The bond amount is $1,500. I can't change that.
Have no objection to no action on the out on bond case, only because of a current condition.
Because of what?
For current condition.
She's pregnant.
She's
pregnant.
very pregnant.
And due to, with the recent COVID outbreak, Your Honor, we would just ask that you take no action on her out on bond case.
State's position because of the COVID outbreak at the jail.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. At this time, I'll take no action on your out on bond case. Good luck, ma'am.
Yeah.
How about Eddie Pickard, case number 21 CF 14910. A warrant was issued for his arrest for possession of methamphetamine. Bond was $1,000. Did you say he's medical or behavior?
Medical, Your Honor.
All right, I'm appointing the public defender to represent him.
Your Honor, will waive.
All right, his bond's $1,000. Thank you. How about, before we do, Caleb Robertson?
He bonded.
Oh, bonded, okay. Next. Please tell me your name, sir.
Take your name. Israel Swanson.
You're here in case number 21 CF 1595AO, charged with possession of fentanyl and possession of cannabis under 20 grams. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in this case for your arrest. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $1,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances, and you're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you
There's
understand?
no objection to RORs to count 2, Your Honor. That's a possession of less than 20 grams. We're not going to file on it.
Oh, all right, I'll ROR you on count 2. Thank you, Counselor. Good luck, sir. Did you see that I changed it to ROR? I did. Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Eddie Watkins.
Sir, you're here in case number 2019 CT 2574AO. A capias was issued for you failing to appear for a status hearing. The bond amount is $250 on that capias. You're here in case number 21 CF 1602AO, charged with possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver and possession of MDMA. Sir, I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $1,000 on count 1 and $150 on count 2. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances while you're out on bond, and you're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand? As to case number 20 CF 2725AO, you were out on bond for possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of methamphetamine.
Your Honor, on that case, for some reason, it's fallen off the clerk's side as far as dates. So that case, so I think it's since the end of last year, does not have dates. It doesn't even have it has no dates. Like it literally had an arraignment and then it didn't happen and then it has no dates. I looked it up earlier, so I don't know if the clerks can give it dates. I don't know how that's gonna work, but it has nothing happening.
Well, he has an attorney. And he was out on bond.
Yes.
And the state filed charges.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm revoking his bond. Good luck, sir. Yes, sir.
My public defender told me not to go to court.
Wait, get really close to the microphone. You have to leave your mask on, but I
My
can't.
public defender told me not to go to court, and I didn't go to court, and they put a warrant out for my arrest.
For the capias?
Yes, but she told me not to go to court.
All right, I understand what you're saying, and you need to explain that to the judge who's hearing the case, because another judge signed the capias. I can't change it. So what might happen in that case is your attorney might file a motion, and that judge might just quash that capias. So, but it has to be that judge who does it. I can't do it. I don't have the jurisdiction to do that. All right, good luck, sir. I don't have that. I have Weaver next. Oh, Freeman is after Weaver. What about Ridge Weaver? That's not him. Hold on, I gotta find it again. I have a booking number.
210-3326.
Oh, that is it.
Yeah, he still needs to be seen.
What?
Ridge.
Ridge
Weaver?
Weaver.
Ridge Weaver. Okay, well, let's pass that one for now. We'll do it at the end. Next, you said, I'm just missing it all. Just
Terrell McDonald.
Earl Freeman is what?
Terrell Mc.
He bonded, Your Honor.
Okay, hold on. He bonded. And you're Terrell McDonald? Okay. Thank you, sir. You're here for a VOP warrant in case number 2019 CF 7845AO. It looks like The charge is that you violated your probation and there's no bond authorized on that warrant. So at this time, you don't have a bond. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck.
It's a question.
Don't talk
You
about the
can.
facts. Don't talk about the facts of the case.
You'll see another judge in the next 10 days.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
David Vincent Ricketts.
All right, sir. You're here in 2019 CF 8105AO. There was a capias issued for you failing to appear for a trial management conference. The bond authorized is $2,000 on count 1, and that charge is driving while license suspended with 2 prior convictions. And then count 2 is providing false information, false identification to a law enforcement officer. That bond is $500. You're also here in case number 20 CF 6171AO. A capias was issued in that case for you failing to appear for a hearing on a charge of possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. On that capias, there is no bond authorized, and I cannot change that. Case number 19 CF 5748 is a violation of probation. The allegation is that you violated your probation by changing your residence, and there's no bond authorized on that as well. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, sir. Good luck.
Judge,
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask you a question. Is there any way to tell to see if you can see the pleas that I've already signed before I turn myself in?
I can't see that, but I can't change those capiases anyway. It has to be the trial judge who signed it that makes a change.
Yeah, but
So your attorney's gonna have to get to them.
Everything was terminated, but that's okay. How long would it take as far as for to see that judge?
So on the VOP, you'll see a judge in the next 10 days, but as to the other 2, I'm not sure how long it will be till you have a court date. So talk to your lawyer about that.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Good luck. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Edwin Maldonado Caraballo.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 0069357. It looks like you have a warrant from Polk County for a violation of probation on a possession of cocaine. There is no bond authorized on that warrant. I can't change that, but I will appoint the public defender to represent you, and we'll be in contact with Polk County to see if they're coming to get you.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
David Paul Parrish.
All right, sir. You also have a warrant from out of county. It looks like Hernando County, case number 2013 DR 837. A warrant was issued for, it's a child support purge. The purge amount is $678. That's the only thing I see holding you at this time.
Yes, ma'am. I've been really good since I've been home.
Good, keep that up. But it looks like you still have that. So we'll be in contact with Hernando County, but that's your purge amount. It's $678.
So, what, do I gotta wait for them to come get me?
Unless you can pay the purge amount.
I can't pay the purge amount.
All right, then we'll be in contact and see if they're coming to get you.
So how long will that take?
I don't know. Every county is different.
So if they don't decide to come get me, they'll release me?
I don't know that we'll just release you, but perhaps they'll change the purge amount if they're not gonna come get you. We'll talk to the judge in that
So
county.
I gotta wait on court date, or, I mean, am I just sitting here just?
Yes, you're sitting until the county decides if they're gonna come get you. They'll notify us, and then we'll know if they're gonna transport you or not.
And if they don't decide to come get me, they'll just release me?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know that we'll just release you. We'll ask that judge if they wanna change the purge amount if they're not coming to get you.
Well, I don't have no other way to pay the purge. How am I supposed to pay a purge when I don't have no money out there?
Sir, I don't know. Do you have an attorney?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right, well, we'll contact that judge and we'll see what they say. Good luck. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name. All right, Mr. Pope, you're here in case number 20MM3663. You have a warrant out of Lake County for perhaps failing to appear on a petty theft charge. Lake County has said they will extradite you.
Meaning, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry?
Meaning, I'm sorry. You said they will expedite me.
They will extradite, meaning they will come and get you.
Okay.
But I don't know when. Your bond is $2,000. So if you can post the bond, you can get out. But if you can't, we'll contact Lake County and tell them that you're here so they can come get you.
Okay, so either way you go, if I was to pay my bond today, I can go home today.
No, you're not going home today.
So
I mean, unless you post the bond.
That's what I'm saying. If I post bond.
Yes, if
I
you
can
post
still-
bond, it just is how long it takes all the paperwork.
Okay, good. Understand.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you. Have a blessed
Yes, sir. Okay, so the one that I have left is Ridge Weaver. Okay, so you do have him.
And Judge, I've been, in my researching over here.
Yes.
I still see everything related to the probation, with the court holding him at no bond, or the person at no bond.
Right.
For the probation, but I don't see anything on the new law.
Okay.
I will keep looking. I'm just saying in my
Well, I
research
trust you.
during court, but I will go back to the office and ask others that may be more knowledgeable about this particular situation than myself.
I'm sure there aren't any more knowledgeable than you, ma'am.
No. I have my go-to people.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask one of those too. We did it. Except we have one guy. If we can get him here fast enough. Y'all, I'm trying.
I see.
No, sir.
It's a tough balance, right? Because I'm gonna just go off the record. We're back on the record. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Ridge Weaver.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 192311 CFB. You have a warrant out of Seminole County. That warrant is for violation of probation on a possession of heroin, and there's no bond authorized on that warrant. In case number, oh, that's the same warrant. Hold on. There's another case. In case number 21 CF 1608AO, you're charged with hit and run, failing to stop and remain at a crash involving serious bodily injury. In that case, sir, I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. What says the state as to bond?
We'll leave that in court discretion.
All right, sir, at this time, your bond in this case is going to be $5,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with any victim or witness in that case. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
As to case number 21 CF 1607AO, the charge is possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. In this case, sir, I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit, and there is probable cause in this case as well. Your bond will be $1,000. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances, and you're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And we'll be in contact with Seminole County to see if they're going to transport you on their warrants.
Okay,
All right, good luck, sir.
thank you.
Yes, sir. Is there any other business